This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Monday, the 27th day of October in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Tonight, the investigations are ongoing into last evening's deadly explosion at the Regent Street mobile gas station in Georgetown. That explosion, which is being investigated as a terrorist attack, left a 6-year-old girl dead and 4 members of her family seriously injured. Tonight, the police are continuing their search for a suspect who has been identified to be a Spanish-speaking foreign national. Moments before the explosion, the suspect was seen entering the gas station carrying a black bag. The explosion on Sunday night blew up a car at a gas station near a number of cooking gas cylinders. The explosion pitched the car into the air, killing one of its occupants, 6-year-old Soraya Bourne. The girl was with other relatives heading to the KFC outlet in the same gas station area when the explosion occurred, as her cousin was reversing the car. A pump attendant at a gas station told investigators that before the explosion, she was approached by a Spanish-speaking man who spoke very little English. She reported that a man was carrying what appeared to be a black gym-type bag and asked her whether he could throw the bag into the garbage receptacle near the fuel pumps at the gas station. The pump attendant objected and told the man he could not dump the bag there, and he left the area. However, moments later, the man was captured on surveillance video recordings, placing the bag close to some cooking gas bottles to the side of the gas station. He was also captured on camera walking off from the area. It was moments later that the explosion rocked the station, bombing the car and pitching it into the air before it came crashing back down, leaving the 6-year-old girl dead and her family members injured. The Home Affairs Minister Onej Waldron convened a late-night meeting with top security officials last evening. That meeting continued into early this morning. This afternoon, the Guyana Police Force said significant progress is being made with the investigations. President Irfan Ali, who is currently in Saudi Arabia, in an early morning statement on Facebook, said he has been briefed on the investigations. He said a full-scale investigation is taking place. Meanwhile, a number of foreign governments have been briefed on the incident. Back at the scene of the incident this morning, the police crime scene investigators were spotted in the area, still carrying out their investigations. The streets surrounding the gas stations, most of them anyway, were closed off to vehicular traffic for most of the day. A man who was at the gas station last evening, just around the time the explosion took place, explained what exactly he saw.
It just me alone represent the gas station. Because when the bomb fire off, I was sitting in my car, right? My car go up in the air about like nearly 20 feet and come down back. The other car go up in the air about 10 and pitch away to the back. And I get up and I run and rescue the people them in the car whilst the building was on fire at the same time. So I take out the children them, bring them to front, call people, call them for ambulance. When I look around, nobody was out there. The gas station, everybody was empty, everybody run away. Left me alone. One of the attendants for the gas station gave me two distinction, fire distinction. I went out the gas station fire. and support the other children them to get into the car. And then I collapsed and the ambulance take me to the hospital. And that was it.
The Sunday night incident comes 7 months after an explosive device was thrown at the police outpost in East Ruimveldt, blowing apart the gate and a section of the fence. On that same night, an explosive device was also thrown at the facility of the Guyana Power and Light Company on Mandela Avenue. There were no fatalities in those two incidents. However, 3 Venezuelan suspects were identified as the persons behind the attack. The Guyana Police Force has been mum on that investigation so far. Meanwhile, last evening's incident has left persons on the edge here in Georgetown and seeking answers, including the family of that young girl who died. That story and a whole lot more coming up in a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oil and gas companies are investing $225 million to support women-owned businesses in Guyana. This means women who operate small and medium-sized enterprises will receive jobs, skills training, and assistance to improve their businesses when providing services. These investments are creating a more inclusive environment for all Guyanese to thrive. Since oil production started offshore, long-term investments have opened doors for Guyanese, shaping the industry and local economy for generations to come.
It's the 2025 Denmark Music and Entertainment Awards. Let's go!
Even if you're away.
Music. Firstly, rest up, charge up, rise up.
Let him go. I'm from a kingdom where we live by the laws of God, not the words of people.
They are left undone. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think they should have it every single year for all the Guyanese artists. And I think they should show more, Guyanese people should show more support.
I feel amazing. I feel so grateful to be a part of it. So it's great to see the cultures building together and actually building a bridge closer together.
Don't know why I tried to find love in these eyes.
Filaria worms can live in your body for years.
Mom, what's filaria?
Listen, it's an infection from worm that spreads through mosquito bites. And if we don't take the pills, we can get really sick.
And it's not just about us. If one of us has it, then mosquitoes can spread it to the whole neighborhood.
That's so scary. What should we do?
Simple. We take the pills together when the health worker comes around, and that way we're safe.
Right. Healthy family, healthy community, no excuses.
What we are talking about, while area gonna get knocked out, TKO.
Welcome back. Well, still in shock over the death of her 6-year-old daughter in that bombing attack last evening at the mobile gas station on Regent Street, Samantha Roach is calling on the authorities to do all in their power to bring the perpetrator to justice.
I really can't explain it. I cannot. But I need justice. That's all I ask. But let it give me justice. That is only 6. 2 weeks from now, she would be 7. She's all excited for she boarding.
The grieving mother said she remains in disbelief. Little Soraya Bourne was killed when a bomb planted by a Spanish-speaking foreign national at the Regent Street mobile gas station exploded near to the family's car. The little girl was with family members at the time.
It's a normal Sunday afternoon thing that there is go and buy the chicken. Every Sunday my cousin carry them and buy the chicken and bring them back. And all the she didn't even ever come out to vehicle. She didn't even come out.
Her cousins, 8-year-old Rashad Lord and 11-year-old Sadia McClintock, were severely injured in the explosion, while her 71-year-old grandmother Yvonne Jonas and 27-year-old cousin Janika Hooper sustained injuries about their bodies. The 2 young survivors underwent emergency surgeries late last night and early this morning. The mother of the dead girl was at home when she received the devastating news. Ashana Keynes, a family member who spent the night into the morning at the hospital monitoring those who survived the attack, said her 2 little cousins underwent surgeries for their injuries, which they sustained, while the grandmother suffered a broken leg and the older cousin, Jennifer Cooper, who was driving the car at the time, remains hospitalized with various injuries. Keynes explained that the family members had just arrived at the gas station in their car to visit the KFC outlet at the location when the explosion took place. Keynes also said her family could have lost 5 members in last night's explosion, as she too demanded justice.
We need justice. We need justice because we could have lost a whole family. A family of 5. They're going to buy chicken and they're not safe. They are not safe in this country with these Spanish.
According to the woman, after receiving news of the deadly explosion, she rushed over to the Georgetown Hospital, where it was confirmed that little Soraya had died. According to her, the family was initially blocked from seeing the remains of the young child.
When I go, I hear my cousin in a room saying, "No, show me she. Show me she." The nurse said, "No, I can't show you she. I can't show you she." When we go in the room, the don't cover up the little girl. When we pull everything, there is Soraya lie down there. They didn't even come to no family member and say nothing. They ain't come and say nothing, and there's the thing that bothering us. They didn't say nothing. The mother fall down, get faint away. No doctor come to our rescue. Nobody come to our rescue. All the security them coming and saying, come out from here, come out from here. That's not right. We lose a sibling there. We lose a family member. All the rest is battling for the life. Anything could happen. My cousin that was driving the car, every time she jumping up, she can't hear. The CID man called me for question. He said she can't hear.
Relatives said there should have been better protocol in place at the Georgetown Hospital to treat with those injured and the grieving relatives. She said the same could be said of the police, adding that police investigators were demanding answers from the injured persons, even as they were in agonizing pain at the hospital. The Guyana Police Force has launched a nationwide manhunt for the prime suspect, who was captured on CCTV cameras walking out of the gas station moments after placing a bag near to a cage filled with cooking gas bottles. The man is said to be a Spanish-speaking foreign national. Tonight, the opposition APNU believes Guyana is facing a major security breach, and the government must now put added measures in place to ensure that foreign nationals, in particular Venezuelans, are thoroughly screened. A Spanish-speaking national who is suspected to be from the neighboring country is the prime suspect in last night's explosion. APNU member Dr. Terence Campbell said given the region's geopolitics, including the threats against both Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago by Venezuela amid the U.S. military buildup in the region and the deadly strikes on suspected narco vessels, last evening's explosion should not be taken for granted.
How do we, even as we extend a humanitarian hand, we understand the crisis that's in Venezuela. But at this moment, where there are geopolitical implications, American military involvement in neighboring Trinidad and threats against both Guyana and Trinidad, one is left. I'm certain that the level of screening that we ought to have of these Venezuelan migrants is less than desired, and this is coming after explosions at GPL substation and the Rheinfeld police station, and it seems as though we are in a reactive mode and a proactive mode.
Mr. Campbell and an APNU team met with the relatives of the dead girl this morning at their home. He said once thorough screening is done, the security forces will be able to easily track down persons of interest.
I believe that nothing is foolproof, but I believe that if proper screening was done and documentation was done, we're not here to promote xenophobia, but we are here to also, we must be balanced against protecting our local citizens. And so if the two previous bombings have done nothing to push the government towards screening of all migrants in this country, I think this incident, this tragic loss, today we're dealing with a family that is suffering, a mother that's in pain, a brother that's in pain, sisters are in pain, grandmothers in pain, and it is sad that the loss of this life might be the trigger for us to screen properly, but it is our hope that the government springs into action and addresses the situation.
And Attorney at Law Ronald Daniels, who is also an APNU member, said Guyanese must feel safe at home and not live in fear that they too could be the subject of similar attacks.
We are in a state where there is widespread insecurity in our country. In terms of the Venezuelan population, as Mr. Campbell has indicated, we have no difficulties extending that humanitarian accommodation, but proper documenting has to be done. We have to regularize that immigration situation, especially from a national security perspective.
Demanding a thorough investigation, Mr. Daniels said the security forces should have the technological sources to track down the prime suspect.
So the thing is, we're reminded that the government has CCTV facilities all across this country, especially in the city. And we have been reliably informed that those cameras have facial recognition capacity. The legality of that is a totally different story. So if the government is serious about arresting these situations, they do have the facilities to do so. And we hope that this incident, especially an incident of this magnitude, which is certainly going to leave a lot of people uncomfortable, I personally am uncomfortable, I hope that this does not suffer the fate of those other incidents.
Using the video recording from a nearby CCTV camera, the police this morning released a blurry image of the prime suspect. Video recordings were also released. Tonight also, the We Invest in Nationhood party, WIN, has said that Guyana has found itself in a very precarious situation that must be handled with the utmost maturity, which focuses squarely on the national interests and not partisan politics. In a statement this afternoon, the WIN party said it wishes to extend its condolences to the family of the 6-year-old girl who lost her life in the third bombing incident which took place last evening. The party said this was the third bombing that the residents of Georgetown have had to endure in about 6 months, with the first two targeting the East Rambler Police Outpost on Vlasinjan Road and the other targeting the nearby Guyana Power and Light Substation on Mandela Avenue. The Wind Party said the attacks are interconnected and important, especially given the multiple warnings that some individuals crossing the borders with open access to every sector of the society might be members of the Venezuelan army or intelligence services, and not all have good intentions. The Wind Party said the government has allowed the influx of tens of thousands of Venezuelans into the country, and the national security of the country was compromised the moment party politics took precedence. The party said given the current geopolitical dynamics, Guyana must remain on full alert for any potential negative repercussions or retaliatory attacks from Venezuela. The Wind Party is calling for there to be heightened national security measures and intelligence coordination, and for stricter border monitoring and background checks on all non-Guyanese entering through the borders. In a statement today, the Alliance for Change joined in expressing condolences to the family of the 6-year-old girl who lost her life, while wishing the survivors of the tragedy a full and speedy recovery. The AFC said it stands ready and in full support of the security forces, the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Defense Force as they investigate the deadly explosion while ensuring public safety. The AFC said it is hopeful that Guyana's international partners will be called in to assist with the investigation. But while offering its support to the joint services, the AFC also underscored the need for the government to be transparent throughout the investigation. The AFC called on the government to be fully forthcoming with the facts surrounding the security threats that the country is facing, adding that the people of the country have a right to know what is happening, who is responsible, and how such a tragic event will be presented in the future. The Alliance for Change said it was just last March that the then Home Affairs Minister, Robeson Ben, warned of the presence of sleeper agents and covert operatives from Venezuela in Guyana. The Alliance for Change said since then nothing else has been said about those sleeper agents. In light of Sunday night's attack, the AFC said it wants the government to establish an independent fact-finding mechanism and to ensure the country's national security, not as a mere law and order, but as a matter of state responsibility to protect its citizens from all forms of threats, internal and external. And the Forward Guyana movement has also condemned the attack. The FGM said while the facts must be verified through investigation, the incident highlights the deep failures in the country's immigration oversight, border control, and intelligence coordination. The Forward Guyana movement said these are not new deficiencies, they are long-standing vulnerabilities that successive warnings have failed to correct. The Forward Guyana movement noted that the irresponsible attitude by the government now leaves the people of Guyana exposed to unacceptable danger. The party said whether or not the incidents are connected, the pattern reveals a disturbing failure of preparedness and preventative security measures. The party wants the government to convene an emergency meeting with leaders within the opposition to craft a unified, non-partisan national response to the growing threats to public safety, and to reassure the nation that the security and well-being of every Guyanese, regardless of background or origin, remains the foremost duty of the state.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Kissoon's Furniture Mega Sale. 10 days of savings, and we're talking mega savings on office furniture, outdoor furniture, bedroom suites, dining room suites, living room suites, carpets and mattresses. Sale starts October 24th and ends on November 2nd at all branches. Head on down to any of our locations and cash in on our mega deals. Kassoon's Furniture, a Guyanese business for Guyanese people.
It's a 2025 Demrock Music and Entertainment Awards. Let's go!
Even if you're away.
Firstly, rest up, charge up, rise up.
Let him go. I'm from a kingdom where we live by the laws of God, not the words of people.
They all left undone. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think they should have it every single year for all the Guyanese artists. And I think they should show more, Guyanese people should show more support.
I feel amazing. I feel so grateful to be a part of it. So it's great to see the cultures building together and actually building a bridge closer together.
Don't know why I tried to find love in these eyes.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash your soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Starbrook Market.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one. Or one touch. Even one word. I can start with one step. Or one promise. One thrill. One first time. One deep breath. One leap of faith. One day to remember. Or one night to forget. One moment. So many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life. Just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Guyana. On Saturday the 15th November, the Guyana National Stadium comes alive as the Sheriff's Entertainment, Dream Team Entertainment, and Team Rodney brings to you the premier international music festival featuring Massacre with a live band performance. Female dancehall sensation Chanel Muir, alongside Cranium, the Melody God, and some of Guyana's top artists, Super Ray and Stitchy One Man Band, and Guyana's top local DJs. This promises to be a night to remember. Win an exclusive gate prize of a brand new car. Saturday, 15th November 2025, Guyana National Stadium, the premier international music festival. This event is sponsored by
UK Goods and Consultancy Services, Guinness,
Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, Crown's Hair and Beauty Emporium, Sunrise Cruise, Rodney's Court, Info 10 Media, 94.1 Boom FM, Fireside Grill, Rude Boy, Platinum Sponsors, Crown's Auto Nation, and NP Mining.
"37-year-old West Demerara businessman Robert Hussein was today charged for manslaughter in the shooting death of 35-year-old Police Lance Corporal Richard Hayes. The policeman was shot dead last Thursday morning at the businessman's cell phone business in Vredenhoop during a row over the sale of a phone. In court today, the businessman was granted bail in the sum of $1 million after he was charged with manslaughter. In a statement last week, the Guyana Police Force said the deadly shooting occurred just after 9 o'clock on Thursday morning at the Stelling Road, Vredenhoop business place of the 37-year-old businessman. According to the police Lance Corporal Hayes first visited the shop the day before and returned to make a purchase on Thursday morning. However, he reportedly became hostile in the shop as the businessman was packing out boxes. The police said the two men started to argue, and the policeman threw a glue gun that was on the counter at the businessman, hitting him to the chest. The businessman responded by whipping out his licensed firearm and shooting the policeman to the chest. The injured policeman was rushed to the nearby Western Marara Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. In other news tonight, the government of Guyana has re-invited proposals for the 165-megawatt Amila Falls hydropower project. According to the request for proposals issued by the Office of the Prime Minister, the government is seeking investors for a build-own-operate transfer model. Interested companies are expected to submit a proposal for a hydro dam with a design to deliver at least 165 megawatts of power and transmission lines and substations. The revised request follows a 2021 request based on a combined project, hydro and transmission lines under either a BOOT or design-build finance option. According to the notice published by the government, the project, which is expected to deliver a minimum installed capacity of 165 megawatts of power, forms a key part of the government's clean energy transition. The hydro facility will include a dam, a powerhouse, a substation, and a 23 square kilometer storage reservoir, consistent with environmental studies and permits. Under the revised request for proposals, developers are required to assume all geotechnical risk associated with the project and must also demonstrate proven capability and financial capacity to deliver large-scale hydropower projects. The government has stated that while the transmission network will be developed separately, the size of the hydro may be re-engineered to take advantage of advancements in turbine technology, potentially allowing for greater power generation. The project, the government said, will be executed through a new special purpose company, which will receive all relevant license and permits previously issued up to April of 2015. Independent supervision of the project's design and construction will also be engaged under the agreed terms of reference. The notification specified that only firms or consortia that have successfully built at least 3 hydropower projects at 100 megawatts or more in the last 10 years will be considered. The Amila project was initially planned by the government for startup in 2027, but talks with the last contractor fell apart in 2022. The Amila Falls project has been a planned flagship project of the governing PPP for several years. In the education sector now, the University of Guyana has announced that it is set to graduate its largest batch of students in its history next month, with almost 3,600 persons graduating with certificates, diplomas, bachelor's and master's degrees, and doctoral degrees. The 3-day graduation exercise will be held from November 20th to the 22nd. In a statement today, the university explained that it will host 6 ceremonies from the 20th to the 22nd of November in Georgetown and 1 in Berbice on the 6th of December to celebrate the growing number of graduates being added to the national, regional, and international workforce. The ceremonies will be blended, with the majority of graduates attending in person and the remainder participating virtually according to their preference. The university said it is noteworthy that this year's graduation will include students completing several new academic programs for the first time, which include the Certificate in Dual Language and Multilingual Practice in Education, the Postgraduate Certificate in Trauma and Grief Resilience, and also the Master's degree in Geographic Information Systems and Remote Sensing. The University of Guyana also said it has produced over 70,000 graduates in its 62-year history, many of whom have gone on to serve with distinction at the highest levels in both the private and public sectors. The One Communications Company on Sunday hosted its annual Pinktober Walk-Around event in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, the Champions of Hope non-governmental organization, and several companies to raise awareness of breast cancer and other forms of cancer. Thousands of Guyanese joined the walk and run in solidarity with those fighting or those who have survived cancer. Through this year's event, which was held under the theme Act Now, Live Strong, they were able to rally a community of supporters, foster cancer awareness, and educate the general public. The company said that the overwhelming participation is an indication of the level of commitment to raising awareness on cancer and making a positive impact in the country. In brief remarks, One Communications Director of Marketing Ian Lewis said that the Pinktober Walk for a Cause has become a powerful symbol of hope and unity in the fight against cancer locally.
Today we honor the survivors, the fighters, caregivers, and health teams who walk beside families every day in the fight to conquer breast cancer. Your courage is the reason we are here, and your stories power this movement.
And the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, who also attended the event, spoke of the advancements that Guyana has been making in the fight against cancer. He urged persons to get regular checks at health facilities so that there can be early interventions.
There was a time when we make a diagnosis of breast cancer and we weren't sure what type of breast cancer it was. And so right now we have a new lab where we can do the differentials between the different type of breast cancer. That lab is now located at the Georgetown Public Hospital because the different types require different treatments. And that is why this is so important.
As part of the activity, One Communications sashed 15 survivors, 15 fighters, and 15 caregivers. The Ministry of Health also provided multiple services through the event, which included health vouchers and screening, and the government's $10,000 universal health voucher.
Filaria worms can live in your body for years.
Mom, what's filaria?
Listen, it's an infection from worm that spreads through mosquito bites. And if we don't take the pills, we can get really sick.
And it's not just about us. If one of us has it, then mosquitoes can spread it to the whole neighborhood.
That's so scary. What should we do?
Simple. We take the pills together when the health worker comes around, and that way we're safe.
Right. Healthy family, healthy community, no excuses.
What we are talking about, filaria gonna get knocked out, TKO.
Guyana. On Saturday the 15th November, the Guyana National Stadium comes alive as the Sheriff's Entertainment, Dream Team Entertainment, and Team Rodney brings to you the premier international music festival featuring Massacre with a live band performance. Female dancehall sensation Chenille Muir, alongside Cranium, the Melody God, and some of Guyana's top artists, Super Ray and Stitchy One-Man Band, and Guyana's top local DJs. This promises to be a night to remember. Win an exclusive gate prize of a brand new car. Saturday, 15th November 2025, Guyana National Stadium, the premier international music festival. This event is sponsored by
PK Goods and Consultancy Services, Guinness,
Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, Crown's Hair and Beauty Emporium, Sunrise Cruise, Rodney's Court, Info 10 Media, 94.1 Boom FM, Fireside Grill, Rude Boy, Platinum Sponsors, Crown's Auto Nation, and NP Mining.
Live the island dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes, plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB. Then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details.
The island dream, get money. Live the island dream.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. Jamaica's Minister of Local Government, Desmond McKenzie, says the government is preparing for the possible relocation of up to 50,000 Jamaicans to safe areas or emergency shelters as Hurricane Melissa approaches. Speaking at a news conference on Monday, McKenzie reported that only 972 people were in shelters across 76 of the island's 881 designated facilities, with Clarendon 311, St. Thomas 227, and Kingston and St. Andrews 179, recording the highest numbers. He expressed concern that parishes where the storm is projected to make landfall had very few people so far, including St. Elizabeth, St. James, and Westmoreland. He urged more residents to seek shelter before conditions worsen. Jamaica has issued mandatory evacuations for 7 flood-prone communities along the south coast. Hurricane Melissa, which has intensified to a Category 5 storm, was about 100 miles south of Jamaica on Monday and on course to hit the western flanks of the island early Tuesday. Moving at just 4 miles per hour, the storm could cut a particularly punishing path, bringing landslides and storm surges as it crawls across the country, officials warned. The National Hurricane Center in Miami this midday reported that Melissa was on a west-northwesterly track at only 3 miles per hour. It will eventually speed up as it turns north, then northeast, but the storm, currently with maximum sustained winds of 175 miles per hour, is not forecast to emerge from the southeastern Bahamas and into the open Atlantic until Wednesday night. Venezuela has accused Trinidad and Tobago's government of being under U.S. control and part of an effort that could spark a full military confrontation against Venezuela. However, the government has underscored the reasons for the visit of the USS Gravely and stressed that it values the country's relationship with the people of Venezuela. The government responded last night after Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez accused Trinidad and Tobago of carrying out military exercises under U.S. control and claimed a false flag attack is underway from waters bordering TNT, which could generate a confrontation against Venezuela. The Venezuelan embassy issued a statement Sunday. Venezuela declared that it does not accept threats from any vassal government of the U.S. Venezuela's statement came hours after the USS Gravely arrived in Trinidad and Tobago. The ship is scheduled to remain until Thursday. Members of the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit aboard the ship will conduct training with the TNT Defense Force. And finally tonight, international news. Cameroon's President Paul Biya, the world's oldest serving ruler, secured an 8th term in office on Monday, election results showed, triggering clashes between security forces and opposition supporters who say the vote was rigged. Backers of opposition candidate Issa Bakri, armed with sticks and stones, blocked off roads with debris and burning tires in the Central African country's commercial capital. Police fired tear gas at crowds who wore masks or tried to cover their faces with clothing. In other parts of the city, streets that normally buzzed with motorbikes were deserted. Bia, aged 92, with a new mandate that could keep him in power until he's almost 100, said the people had once again placed their trust in his leadership and expressed sorrow for the violence in a statement posted on social media platform X. Official results published on Monday show Bia winning the October 12 vote by a comfortable margin of 53.66% against 35.19% for the opposition leader. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.